Good morning. A very warm welcome to all my students. Now we are going to study the financial management. Financial management. First of all, we are discussing the chapter that is Introduction of Financial Management. In that chapter, we are going to study about why we are studying financial management, how many types of finance, how many types of banking, how many types of views and different views on financial management, and the other aspects of financial management. As you guys knows about that, finance is a very complicated subject, not as complicated, but only that first chapter includes a theory. Apart from that, you have to study the practical things which we studied later on. And now I am going to tell you about finance. See, in our daily scenario, finance relates our daily life, our daily interaction, daily creativity, and the other things which we need in our daily life. Everything so what we are going to do and what we have to do is done is related with the finance, because in these days the transaction of money and the transaction of finance is transferable, and everything is done with the help of money. And as you know that in a today's scenario, जैसा कि आप लोग जानते हैं that in a public, private and government space, in the study of finance and financial instruments, we have a countless assets and liabilities. Do you know about assets and liabilities? Assets are those things which we have some money or inbound counseling, and in the money in terms of our shares, bonds and other things, and the liabilities are like the payment, the loan which we have taken from the banks and which we need to provide for their proper function, uh, proper functioning. These are our liabilities. See, if we have a good asset, if we have a huge amount of money and amount of you can say that we have a good amount of land and other things, that means that we have a good financial status, because these day people were considering you that if you have a very good financial status, it means that you are a worthy person, otherwise they will not consider you as worthy, because people evaluate you according to their money and their account. And we can you can say that we can divide the finance into three distinct categories, which are very much different from their work, and which are, you can say that everything has a different categories, and without distinct category we are not able to evaluate the things in a proper manner. And we have a three form of finance, that is public finance, corporate finance and personal finance. And all the categories also have subcategories, because these are very very wide terms which we are going to study in the finance. Because in finance we are not only a study about the money and the amount how much we have. Here we are study that how much assets and liabilities, and how much the other things we are carrying with us, that we call as you can say is finance. Okay, now I am explaining you the explain its definition, what exactly it means. It means that why we called it as a financial management, because management means that means it create and study of money, banking, create credit, investment, assets and liability, because here we need to manage the things in a very systematic manner. Because we personally feel that in a finance is very difficult for a person to handle the things if you are not going to arrange the things in a systematic manner. See, if for example, I will take you very simple example. In your household, if your mother is not making their monthly review, monthly budget, and she decide from how she purchase the things, from where she can buy their rations and other things, and she make the list of goods and services from where she is going to be taken. And apart from that, she is also calculating the price, and she will she will put some she will keep some money out from from her budget, that it will help in for the whole month budget. Why she will do that? Because she knew that, because due to the help of budget, she can understand how many money and how many finances she have till the end of the month, and how she will use it properly. Okay, now we are study about the finance according to different stream. See, as we earlier study about that, this is a study of management where people are talking about their finance, how to manage the things, and how we will calculate the things. But here we're going to see different streams have a different opinion, because in our country and basically all the country, financial management is such a big issue, and it is very difficult for a company to describe in a very simple manner, because every stream described its own views and ideas, and they were least bother about the others ideas and views. So first of all, we have to discuss about economics. In economics, we can consider that it's a resource allocation as well as the resource management, acquisition and investment, deal with matters related to money and the market. It means that if we have a resource as well as, see, where we need to go for finance management, only when we will start finance management, it will start when we have a plenty amount, not plenty amount of money, then that means we have some amount of money in our hand, and we want to use our money in a very systematic way, and we don't want that our money should be wasted in any other manner. So as an economist, we are see, according to economics, they said this is a resource allocation as well as resource management. See, if these days where the resources are very scarce, resources are very scarce, and we don't have a plenty of resources these days, because the resources are depleted day by day due to their overconsumption and other thing. Then what will we do? We will manage the thing in a very systematic manner, and we can allocate our resource according to our requirement. And if we will start continue to digging and whatever the other things with the resources, that means one day it will happen that there will be no resource for us. And the other part is that nobody will come over here just to maintain the prices. Okay, and the next part is business. See, earlier we were studied about the about the economics approach. Now we are going to study about business streams. In a business, finances to raise money through the issuance and sale of debt and equity. Equity, what exactly you what do you understand by equity? Equity means that you have a money and you have some shares. Okay, first of all, you need to tell me about sale. First of all, we're discussing about um, what we will say that it should be sale of debt and or equity. Sale of debt means that you have to sell your all the debt. That means you there is no debt on you and you are free from all the debts, and that means you whatever you are going to do, that means whatever your income is just because of your um, uh, uh, whatever your is income is separated from the income you have already. See, and now we are telling now I'm going to tell about sale of debt. Sale of debt means that I'll tell you that basically here we are talking about the debt management. What exactly is debt management? Debt management means the government issues security to finance its deficit or retire its debt if the budget is surplus, and manage the cost of the resulting stock of government debt. What exactly is this word is saying? The thing is that the government has some issue and government has some finance which they were regulating according to the income of the business, what they are getting with their business policy. And in monetary policy is concerned with influence. What monetary policy will do in the financial management? It will influence the cost of the cost and availability of money and credit in order to continue and sustain the things in a low inflammation growth. Okay, and now we are going to study about experts. According to experts, finance is the study of how people allocate their assets over time under condition of certainty and under condition of certainty and uncertainty. That means see, if I have some income and I am not able to I am not able to use it properly, then what will I do? uh, I can try and make some allocation, and I can some make rules and assets by which I can use my assets according to, because see what will happen in our daily household life. Our mother and the family member make their budgets and trying to uh, you know trying to live according to their budget, because according to them जितनी चादर हो उतना ही पैर फैलाना चाहिए. It makes sense because you never know when uncertainty will come to your place, and and that time if you don't have a money, then what you will do? So you should be think positive and try to become in a long manner and in a very healthy manner, because if we don't have a finance in an uncertainty time, then it's very difficult for us to keep our life in a very routine and systematic manner. Now we are going to discuss the other thing that is called that is called scientific view. What exactly the scientific view? Earlier we have studied about economics view, business view, and now what do you say that humanity, oh sorry, economics, business, and the other thing. Now we are going to study about the scientific view. Here now we are discuss scientific view. What exactly the scientific view of the particular thing? The scientific view of the financial management is the science that describe the management, creation, and study of money, banking, credit, investment, asset, and liability. According to the scientific view, they describe the management. What exactly here we are talking about? Here we are talking about the management of finance. And if there is no management on if there is no management, no you can say that no regulation, no link and no regularities in managing the things, that means our business ethics are zero, and we are unable to operate our finance and our business. Now we are discussing the next point, that is function view. The function view means that it is a process which compasses financing function, budgetary function, and the most important thing that they're talking about the risk and return, as well as the cash flow management, cash management, financial management, risk. See, in the function you are talking about every other function which will relates according to your you can say that according to the financial management, because sometimes we are discussing only about the assets and liability, and we left the part that is called function view, and in the function view consists everything into the function. And here we are talking about every function one by one. Now we are going to study about the system view. What exactly the system view is? System view means the financial system which include the public, property, private and government spaces, and the study of finance and financial instrument which can relate to countless assets. And the study of finance and financial instrument which can relate to countless assets and liabilities. तो उसमें क्या रहता है? See, we are operating by a system. There is one system who operates according to them. So in that system view we are discussing about that particular kind of system, how we are dealing with them. Getting my point? What I mean, it means that how much we are getting, how much we are doing with that particular things, and how much we are dealing with our public and the private, as well as the finance and the financial management of the particular thing. Now we are, because in a system, here we are talking about countless assets and liabilities and the other things, and most of the things we are discussed in our financial management. And now we are going to study about most important thing, that is acquisition, allocation and utilization of fund. Will you please what exactly you understand by acquisition, allocation and utilization of fund? See, as we studied about earlier, that in a household, mother can make them budget. Mother knew that how to deal this problem, how to deal with this problem. See, and acquisition means to acquire and to get the things in a very simple manner. Now here we are going to study about acquisition, and that means the finance is a function deal with acquisition, allocation and utilization of fund. A business must ensure that educate see, when will we start our business, when will we feel comfortable while doing our business? We will feel comfortable, we will find allocated while doing our business, then we on that time, then we will feel that we have a appropriate fund for continuing our business and our fund. See, sometime if we don't have a fund and then we will start our business, it will be, move in a very good manner, but uh, uh, but acquisition also make that how to acquire the things, how you can allocate your funds. See, if somebody is sponsored you and if somebody is giving money on your project, then what you will do, you must know how you can utilize this particular money on your projects. Hmm. And how much profits and utilization of funds. Okay, please. Proper utilization of fund is, see, when we will have a proper utilization of investment, and when we will take a proper decision for our business, it will take with the help of strategy, with the help of discussion, with the help of you can say managerial accounting. It will help with several way, but most of the time the people who started their own business, they don't have any they don't have any you can say that if you don't have any proper control, proper idea, proper strategy to manage the thing, that then your business should be, then your business will be failure and you are not able to doing the things in a proper manner. Now we are going to study about financial management. What exactly is financial management? Financial management is a study of maximization of economic welfare of its owner, is the accepted financial objective of the firm. See, hence the objective of finance are to assure. What exactly the basic objective of financial management? The basic objective of the financial management is to ensure adequate and regular supply of funds to the business, as well as to provide a fair rate of return to the supplier of capital. See, I'm sorry. Sometime, see, when we will start business and somebody will sponsor us, and due to some reason we are not able to get a proper help on that particular time when we need, then what will we do? Then we will think about it. Then where we use it and how we use it, and here uh, think about the profitability, their liquidity, and as well as the safety of the particular thing. It it also explain the objective of the firm. Also, it explain the objective of the firm. Also, minim also minimize the cost of that particular product which we are using day by day, because due to the usage of financial management, using a financial management, a person first of all, he or she should check more than one or two to shop, and then evaluate what exactly they are going to be buy, then they and then they will go away. Now we are going to study about categories of finance. Categories of finance, as we studied earlier, that it will be categorized into three, that is public finance, corporate finance, and the personal finance. And all of the finance have a sub category also. First of all, public finance. Oh, I'm sorry again. Public finance is a part of study of economics. Here everything is concerned about the public. Whatever we have, it belongs to the public, and is a study of, and what the what the government official and the public authority will, what the other countries will do, what the other what the other I'm sorry, what the other people were doing here. See, we are talking about the public finance. Describe finance as related to sovereign state as well as the subnational entities like state, provinces, and the other things. See, uh, In our Delhi, I will take a simple example by which you can easily understand that thing, that in a public finance, we are living in Delhi and we have a UT, and basically somehow we also call Delhi as a state, but eventually Delhi is a but more important thing is that Delhi is a union territory, and the central government has passed some budget for it, and the lieutenant general, who is the executive of them, they will operate everything, they will operate then they will then they and what do you say? It is concerned with the identification of required expenditure of public sector entity and source. Here we are studying about how much money and what are the sources of budgetary process, from where we are getting the money from, where we spend our money, and many other more things we have studied over here. Now, the next, this corporate finance. Corporate finance means raising and administrating fund for the corporate function. See, we have not more than seven corporate functions. These are alliance laws and other things also. In a corporate finance, we are concerned about to collect and to funding our budget for our corporate client, as well as by which we can flourish our business as much as we can. And the importance of corporate finance is underlined by economic and social significance in terms of increasing public responsibility. Now the next thing is we are going to study about the personal finance. Personal finance, here we are talking about it's for a particular individual, for a person, for either it's the male or female. Sometime we are saving our amount just to secure our future, as well as to for example, I will take a simple example of personal finances, that people are using share, people are using debenture, and the other things for increasing their income, and by which they, whenever they want, they can encash the particular things according to the future life aspects. Somehow people can purchase a life insurance policy for their future, and they will get a good amount of income, uh, other things also. Sorry, other category of classification of finance. We have two kinds of finance. First of all is direct finance, and second one is indirect finance. In the direct finance, here we are talking about that, where the borrow fund from the lender in the financial market. For example, I will tell you the example. For example, if you want to take loan, then what you will do? You will not go for any lender and somewhere else. You may directly go to the bank and ask for and give some mortgage and some other thing, and take a loan from them. That is called the direct finance, because in the direct finance you don't have any mediator, you don't have any mediatory who will who will take your money, who will charge you extra money and the other things. In a direct finance, somehow you are feeling you are feeling very comfortable, because it will give you a lot because it will because it will not give you the other thing. Also, direct finance also claim on the borrower future, their income, their assets, whatever they have, as well as the partial ownership and the funds and the equity. See, we will discuss about equities. We will in our later on chapter we will study assets, liabilities, and the other stuff also. Now we are studying about the indirect finance. Indirect finance is the role of channelizing the fund from the saver to borrower, is done through financial intermediary. See, example, commercial bank, what they will guys do, if you want to take loan from the commercial bank, they will ask few thing, and suddenly they can ask for you for a huge amount of money, and if you're not able to do, then they will uh, then they will continue the things in a very systematic manner. Now we have a second one is short term and long term finance. In a short term finance, we are generally what we will do, we will start up our own business, and we think that we should get money in a very short scenario, but it's very difficult for a person to get a money in a very short amount. How is it possible? Because a business is a long term entity, and if you will do business, you should be a part you should be a you should be a part of our business, because in the short term business you want to get more and more profit in a short period of time, and in a long term finance, what you guys will do, you will use the other thing, you will change, sometime you will change the production method, sometime you will do something good for yourself, and sometime you can fix the assets, land and building and other things also, and which is basically we are not able to use in the short term time. And the second thing is short term finance, as we have started earlier, that this kind of investment is in working capital. Why is it so? Because why is it it is used to manage the needs of the business. It may be repayable in short term or see, why we are not doing these things in a short term business. If somebody want to finish his business and doesn't want to continue due to some reason, what he or she will do, he should they will stop their business, but and they will because in a long term manner, but if it is in a short term, they are not in a condition to switch over it. They are bound to do all the terms and conditions. See, you can take the short term loan for 1 2 3 years, and the long term finance will take more than 10 years, because in a long term the other person know that you are you can say that that your company is still in the process, and you will take part of it, and you should give his amount as soon as possible. The other thing is that sources of finance here, earlier we were studied about their views, their types. Now we are going to study about the source of finance, because everything is regulated with the source. If we don't have a source of to regulate that thing, then what will we do? Here we have a two kind of sources, that is own capital and the borrowed capital. Own capital is the money brought in the businessman himself, and sometimes referred to, see, own capital means I'll take an example. I'll start my own group, I'll start my setup, and I'll putting money, whatever the money I need, I will putting every money on my hand. I will and I will adding the money in my own business, as well as it's sometimes referred to as a capital or equity capital. In that own capital, I am not going to buy the money from somebody else. I am not going to take money from the banks and the other person who will be a man, who will be part of all these things. That what I will do, I will use my money for my own particular business. And now the second is borrowed capital. In the borrowed capital, sometime I see, when I start my business for a large scale, and I'm not able to using my money in a very long term, then what will I do? I will take loans from the banks, I will take a loan from my friends as well as the financial institution. Here the guys are giving me loan for here I will take loan from the different resources and different sources, and start my own business. Because when you start your own business, then it means that you need a huge amount of money, and a big for some time for surviving a business you need a big amount of money. Okay, now now the last thing, uh, now the introduction of financial management has over, and I'm explaining in a very simple and easy manner. And if you have any doubt, if you have any query, if you have any you can say any of the doubt, you may post your queries as soon as possible. I will reply you okay, whenever I'll log in and access my account. And thank you for now. And I'm sorry, I'll tell you one more thing, that I've given you two simple question, and in our later chapters we're going to discuss about the practical part of that book, that is you can say is the debt and housing, and what the other things we are going to study in it. Okay, thanks for now, and have a good day. Bye.